Hello everybody, it's me, Tokkuri Yashi. How is everybody doing? Hope you are well. Today we're looking at Riri, Fallen, who has also been given her unique equipment. They're giving these out like candy, but is it cheap candy or is it quality stuff? That's what we're going to have a look at today. I've done a video again on it in the past going over her full kit, but we will briefly have a look at it today. The union base is quite important though to this skill 1 and the unique equipment and how it works, so understanding that is important. Quickly though, her skill 2, physical damage and physical defense down. She does have an SP skill which allows her to fly, avoid AoE attacks, and changes her attack pattern, blah blah blah. Anyway, that's not too important at the moment. What is important is the union base, as well as doing decent physical damage to a single target. Also summons these 2 shadows. Now these 2 shadows are what are important. We will go over that in a little bit. So this is her unique equipment here. It buffs physical attack power and physical crit rate if you level it up, as well as improving her skill 1. So let's have a look at her skill 1. Here is her skill 1. Before, it massively increased the physical attack power of all allies in range. Now it greatly increases physical attack power of all allies in range, and it's increased by the number of characters that are within range. I'm guessing this range is 150, which doesn't sound too good, to be honest with you, if the characters have to be within the 150 range of Riri to count as a buff to this physical attack buff to the allies that are in range of it. From what I can see, you get 300 physical attack per character up to 7. These shadows that she summons do count, which is how you can get up to 7 on a team. These physical shadows also, if we go here, we see that when Riri does her union burst here, she summons these 2 shadows, and these shadows have also got a passive skill. They do, as you can see here, the same skills as Riri. There they are doing the skill 1 plus, as you can see on there, which means that this is almost like a triple buff. So if Riri gets 300 physical attack per character up to 2100, then the other 2 characters that she summoned are also doing that, so it's effectively 6300, and I guess additional physical attack buff to allies in range. The first is 50 in front, the second is 100 in front, which means the range is 150 back and it is 250 forward. So that means that this buff is a little bit bigger than what you would have expected from just looking at the passive. So going over all that, we're now going to do a quick little test to see how much difference this unique equipment has made to Riri. Okay, so we will send Riri into a training battle here against the training boss. Make sure it is weak to the dark element, which Riri is on, and we will see how she does. Because this unique equipment, it seems to be it's very difficult to see just by reading the passive exactly what it does. So we need to give it a little bit of a test to see if it's any good or not, and if we can make up some kind of a mind over it. So I thought we're going to have a team here with the rest of her ultimating colleagues, and then I realised that this really wasn't the best team to be showcasing her skill 1 and the unique equipment on, which we'll go over when we do the second fight. So Riri was also a character that has been used quite a bit in Clan Battle recently, well now and again anyway, not quite a range joy, but still was not a character that really needed a unique equipment to buff her, but 1 year after release she gets one anyway. What it's looking like is when this happens and the character's already still usable and pretty good, they don't give them a lot. They don't give them a lot on the unique equipment. It's sad, really, and I wish they probably wouldn't do this. Make her really good again. Anyway, this fight is coming to an end. We can see the damage we got there, and here is the individual damage of everybody. Ta-da! So we will run again with your equipment, and see how she does. Okay, so let's put the unique equipment onto Riri here. Again, unfortunately, because I don't have a huge amount of DAs spare to max this out, it's only going to be at level 30, but that should be enough just to update this skill 1. Maxing it out to level 310. Obviously we give her more physical attack power and more physical crit, so G would do a lot more damage. So let's jump into the same boss. Again, make sure we have the same dark weakness on there and the same team, and we'll run it again and we will see what the difference is, how much more damage is done. But this time Riri is supposed to be, as well as buffing her own damage a little bit, buffing her allies around her. So I did this, and this is really not a very good team to be showcasing this on, because Persia is a magical character. She has no physical attack, and he uses her magical attack to do physical damage. So Riri's physical attack buff is going to do nothing for her. She needs characters in range. I did think about running this with 6-star Makoto. 6-star Makoto is also out of range, even with the furthest, most forward of her summons, 100 forward plus the 150 range, it's still out of range. So I think this Riri would be better ran with Commander Makoto, who is in range, with Eriko characters. Commander Eriko, I imagine, would be in range when we get her. She also might help Mitsuki, perhaps just about Tamaki through one of them, but I can say this is not the best of the fights to be doing this with. So we'll have a look at what this has done, and we will see how much more extra damage she has done, because she's not going to be helping Pacey there at all. So there we go. There is the overall damage of the team. So if we bring up a comparison, so you can see here 129 million damage on the first fight, 132.5 on the second, so we're looking at about 3 million extra damage. Korea herself has not really, doesn't look like she's, even though she was in range, doesn't look like she even got any extra damage out of this. Percy did a little bit more, so I guess that's probably because she probably crits on the second run. Riri, a little bit more damage there. What we're looking at, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, an extra 2.5 million damage from Riri herself. So it's a little bit of an extra buff. Would probably work better on a better team with characters around her. Maybe she will be good for Commander Makoto. But there we go. It's a really scuffed, oh, sorry about all of this horrible scuffed video on Riri and their unique equipment. I would say it's a little bit of a buff, but it's not anything particularly impressive. It's a shame really, because I was excited for her coming out. Let me know what you think of Riri. Thank you very much for watching. I am Tokkuri Yashi, your Palm Tree friend, and I will see you all again for another video. Bye 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 bye. Hey hey.